Hello everyone and welcome back to Titancraft. We are at our storage system here that we built last episode. I'm not sure that I've completely emptied my starter base over there, but I think I've gotten most everything over here now. I've got my shovel back here, by the way. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I think it might have just ended up in some random chest and got picked up by a minecart at some point. And yeah, it came back to me. It ended up in these chests right here where all the minecarts are stored, which is not great. But I figured out a few things that were wrong, a couple repeaters on wrong ticks, and a couple, or actually just one missing redstone torch. That was actually really important. I don't remember which one it was exactly, but there was a redstone torch somewhere over here that was missing entirely and was screwing things up. Something was happening where a couple of the minecart rails were out of sync with each other and like not working in exactly the right way. So the fix for that, which I found on the comments for the original video, there are a lot of really helpful comments on that original video, both from the person who made it, Lumi Thief, and from the people who built it themselves, about how to fix certain issues that people were having. And the issue that I was having was that this rail was going too fast. So this rail was waterlogged, and now it's been unwaterlogged, and that makes it go a slightly bit faster throughout the whole thing. That ended up making the minecarts be in a better time sync than what they were before. So that is great. But we are going to put this rig here, this second rig here, on hold because we're going to finally, once and for all, finish the first and main factory rig of our base out here on the ocean. This right here, this is finally getting finished, which I'm really, really excited about. There's a lot of things I'm going to be doing here. Filling in this wall, like making it so that building isn't just floating like that. A lot of these farms are all getting like their own individual buildings, whereas this side over here, this side, I want it to be like kind of like these really big factory buildings. I want this side here to be kind of more of an amalgamation of a bunch of different buildings stacked on top of each other and like blended together in a way. And I think that's going to look really cool. And I didn't want this to be like symmetrical at all. I think it's going to look really cool. It's going to look really fun. And I'm really excited for the different build styles that each of these is going to have. There's going to be a lot of really cool decorative, like lore type stuff built into these new buildings. There's going to be some fun things included in here that I'm excited about. Fun things to kind of give you the story of like what the workers do and how they use this space, how they use these buildings. And I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for bringing the story of this place alive by finishing this rig. And then once we finish this one, we'll be able to finish this one next, and then the base is just going to look a lot more complete overall, and then maybe we'll move on to this next one over here, the gold farm one. For now, let's go ahead and jump right into finishing off as I get attacked by phantoms here. Let's get started on finishing off this build once and for all. Ow. Let's take a quick detour into the above again to try a couple more fun encounters up here. This is the pyramid. When this iron door is closed, that means it's reset and ready to run. This place is filled with loot chests, lots out in the open, and also lots hidden in various places. There are plenty of mobs to fight off in the dark areas. You spend a lot of time on fire in this place. Fire resistance potions don't work here. Pyramid is just a big maze and it's easy to get lost. And the main goal is to find these swords on the wall. You've got to take note of the item frame layout and the sword directions for later. There are 4 of these sword patterns that you need to find in the maze and remember for later. Eventually, you'll find the exit chamber, where you need to match the swords to the sword patterns you found throughout the maze. Once you've got all 4 set correctly, an opening appears that you can jump through, which sends you back to the beginning where you get 2 Titan shards for completing the pyramid. After that, I also encountered Bo, who I always try and stop at when I can. He appears in random places throughout the above and disappears at night. He sells mini blocks and actually had a few blocks he was selling, so went ahead and bought a few from him. Next, I went over to a boss called Midas, a piglin brute that chases you around his lair, hitting you and turning anything you're wearing or holding into gold. When there's no longer anything to turn to gold, you die. I came back to Midas's lair and realized in that last clip we actually killed each other at the exact same time, so he was dead and the Titan shards dropped already. When you die to Midas, all of your stuff is added to an armor stand in the hall out here. You can grab your stuff back, some of which now has the Curse of Midas enchantment. You then take your stuff to a specific pool of water across the above to turn it back to normal. In here is another above boss, a polar bear named Kermode. Please believe me when I say that there is a specific reason I'm punching this bear to death. So I wanted to get some Titan shards to buy myself some more of my own heads. And I also wanted to come here to use some of my mini block coupons to get a few mini blocks for some little details in the new builds at the base. Now let's take a good look at this whole rig fully completed. I'm very, very excited that this is finally done. This has been a long time coming. I started working on this a long time ago in creative, and it's finally here on the server, and I'm very excited to show you around, show you all the ins and outs, and show you all the things that we've added on this side of the rig. And also you might notice that we've also added something going along the center of the rig here. We've got these train tracks going along through here, and these train tracks will eventually lead somewhere. Right now they're just kind of they have 2 stopping points right back there and over here. You might be able to tell where this one's going to go to. Train tracks leading straight over to our storage system rig over here. which is going to be fun to connect up at some point. But right now, let's go ahead and take a look through what we've added here. Now, I've already shown you like basically this entire half of the rig here. And so I'm going to show you mostly just this side, but I'll show you some connection points and like how things are intertwined and interconnected. First, obviously, you might notice that we've got a little bit of decoration out here. Right here out in the front is this little garden here with the RH symbol here for red herring. Out here, we've just kind of got some nice little decorative pieces, these like storage container kind of things that I've kind of got throughout in a few different places. We've got some little industrial looking things. We've got these little golf carts that I really like how these turned out. We've got one over here that's red and one over here that's got the cyan coloring here. And the basic idea is, these are driving around on this level. So this level down here is for walking and for driving these little golf carts. And this bottom level will also connect with that rig over there and anywhere else we decide to connect with. So up above will be train tracks, and down below is a walking/driving area for the people that live and work out here on the ocean. It's kind of like a way for them to travel between rigs, and you'll see that come to life the more and more we go on. Out here we've got a dumpster, which actually works. If I if I put a rocket in here, that will get sent out. It has a direct line to the incinerator up in the the recycling and trash area that I showed you in the previous walkthrough of all of this stuff. It'll go directly to there, which is really nice. Now we've got a few different directions we can go in. We can go in these doors right here. We could go up these stairs right here to that the entranceway up there. We could come around here to these side entrances over here. We've got some nice like decoration for like storage around here. You can hear villagers working inside this building. There's this back area over here where we can enter through. I think we are going to go ahead and just jump right into this doorway right here. And I'll try to show you as much as I can where everything connects. So let's come through here. We've got this inside area decorated now. It's like kind of like gardening area with our 4 wheat villagers down here. And then this doorway out here leads to right here. And then we've got another one over here that leads into the other side. So that's nice. So another thing we have on all 4 corners of this rig is this kind of like stairway leading down where we can come down here, where we got these little like small corridors here that are empty at the moment. I'm not sure if I'll put anything down here, but they are traversable at least, where we can walk around and take a look at everything that's down here in these little corridors. We can, walk outside here. We can use that to then come up here. And then we're back up here again. So there's a lot of little connection points like that as well. Let's come back in here. Let's go upstairs. We got this stairway right here to see our potato and carrot villagers working up here. This whole area is decorated with lots of flower pots and lots of plants to kind of symbolize that this is where a lot of the farming happens on this rig. And if we come back over here to this stairway, we will end up in a completely different area, a completely different building, which if I come out this door right here, you can see we're now on top of that building. We're now up this stairway that I was showing you before. So we come up this stairway, we're up here on top of this roof, which in turn has this building on top of it. This building right here that we were just in is sort of based on an image that I found online of this building right here, as you can see on screen. Just kind of inspired by it. And then the building on top, this building with the dark prismarine roof here, was very vaguely originally based on the house from Doctor Strange, the big building from Doctor Strange in New York City, the Sanctum Sanctorum. And that's kind of silly. It doesn't exactly look like it or anything, but that's like the original like shaping that I was going for, with like this big window in the front here and the type of roof that's on top. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for originally, and then it's developed into this. I like how the roof really stands out on this one. And out here we have this really cool crane, which is hoisting up and moving redstone about. And then we can actually go inside this crane here, if I can walk my way around it. You see authorized personnel only, which we are. So we're going to go up here, and we can actually sit inside of the crane here if we want to, and flip some levers and, do whatever. Really happy with how this crane turned out. I really love this like angle that it's on. This took a while to get right, and I'm liking how it turned out. So let's come back into this building right here. This is kind of like the employee center. This is like where the employees congregate. This is the cafeteria, for example. And back here we can see we've got a little cafeteria kitchen where they're cooking things up. You saw me earlier place some of these mini blocks using my mini block coupons to get them, just to give a little bit of life to this area, get a little bit of food. Imagine that, I don't know, the workers all suddenly left their food on the table for some reason. I don't know. But I thought it would be nice to decorate with food on the tables here. So this is the cafeteria. And we come up here, we're going to come up to the Welcome Center, which is kind of like an area for receptionists to hang out and to work. I imagine that whenever guests arrive, whenever, higher ups arrive, people like that, people that are coming to visit arrive, this is the first place they'll be brought to, and will be checked in and start their tours here or whatever. And people who arrive by air will also arrive here into the Welcome Center. We've got a little helicopter pad out here, so helicopters can land right here. The people on them can just walk straight into the Welcome Center and be led to wherever they need to go. So that's pretty cool. And then above here is the Wine and Spirits Lounge, which is like just something I wanted to include because I wanted to use the roof for something. I didn't want the inside of the roof, which is quite big, to be empty space, and I figured this would be a really good use for it, and this fit in here really well. This is kind of like, lore-wise, an area where the workers can come and hang out maybe after work or Friday, like wine and beer, hang out with their coworkers and stuff. Over here, we've got these auto potion brewers, which are just fantastic. These are auto potion brewers by a YouTuber named Rex Stone. They're tileable, and we've got 6 of them here. The 6 potions that I figured I'd be using the most. This one, for example, is for the Resetting Monument. Water breathing. I use water breathing potions for the Resetting Monument, or for just like attacking monuments in general. There's a monument out by the second rig over there, the orange one, that I think I might need to tackle and take down at some point, so I might use some of those for this. Because it's just kind of like in the way. Night vodka, so this is water whiskey, this is night vodka. Potion of night vision for, maybe going mining, because all the caves are super dark now in the new updates. Regeneration, this is heavily for the above. A nice splash of regeneration, does come in handy. Strength schnapps, this is also super handy. Strength 2, having these in the above is super helpful. And you just grab a bunch of them, carry them with you, and use them whenever you're fighting a boss in the above. Healing brandy, and that's something else that's really helpful. You carry these in the above as well to instantly heal you. And then weakness white wine, which this is for healing villagers, and also kind of for the above, because there is a villager in the above that you can heal and get rewards from. So this is for that. We can actually come back here and look in the employees only area. We can kind of look at the redstone back here, and we can look at the way this is set up. So all the ingredients are kind of set up in all the ingredients are set up in these droppers, and I'll link the video to Redstone's potion brewers so you can see how they work. Something really great about the system is if I go ahead and grab the shulker, it'll immediately pop out another one, and it'll go ahead and start filling them up. Start filling this new shulker up. There were some already sitting in these hoppers here. When this, the way this works is when these hoppers fill up, and this one gets filled up with 1 potion, then it completely stops brewing and stops sending bottles through and all that kind of thing. But so that's where these 6 have come from. But now this will fill up, and then we have a whole entire shulker filled with our weakness white wine. Something you'll also notice as we go through this entire area is there are a bunch of these storage inputs. So if I were to, let's go ahead and put a couple of rockets in here, these rockets are now going to go down and end up inside of our storage for this entire factory. Basically, if I put anything in here, it'll go through the entire storage system of this factory, like I showed you in the tour of the factory. Let's go back down to, here we go, there's another storage input right there. I put these storage inputs all over the place, so anywhere that I am inside the rig, if I have something in my inventory that I want to unload, then I can easily put it away in the storage input, and it'll immediately get sent over throughout the storage there. Let's come through out here, and let's go actually in here. Let's go through this door. So right now we're kind of in a a docking area. We can kind of see out here, there's like a little dock for things to pull up to the rig here. And this is where they load storage for this rig. We've got lots of like big shelves here for storing things. Now this is our sugarcane farm, which I've kind of hooked up a lot of iron bars and, you know, it kind of look like wiring too. Maybe that's some kind of like big machine doing something. I'm kind of trying to make it look like there's a lot of connections to it, making it look like it's doing something. If we come over here, we've got this cool little like back office area with some desks. They made like a workshop kind of area. There's also another storage input in here as well. If we come around here, we can see into the iron farm. Actually, if we just had an iron golem come through, so any second another iron golem will come through there. Now let's come out this doorway here. Now this is the docking area I was telling you about. Some more like industrial looking things, some more storage container looking things. We've also got one of these little stairways down to these lower areas here as well that we can go into if we wanted to. Let's come back through this door and back into this area with the sugarcane farm. We're going to come around the sugarcane farm, and there's some doors right here which lead us to this area, this little walkway here, which then lead us into the factory, which you've seen. So that's how you get to the factory there. Now let's come around here. There's a little stairway over here which leads to another building that is attached to the back here that mainly covers up the iron farm. Now here I love that you can like see in this window and look into the sugarcane farm. I really like that as you walk by. Well, let's come over here. You can see the iron farm working over here from this doorway. Let's kind of like jump out the window here for a second and take a look at this building. This is like the office building. I really like how this building turned out. I think it looks really cool. I like using the scaffolding in the windows. I think it looks really cool. And we're going to go up this stairway. So this is the office. This is up to the offices. Got signs everywhere telling you where to go. So this is offices floor 1. There's a little seating area over here. Offices floor 1. You can see I've used my head as computer monitors pretty much everywhere that, that there can be computer monitors. I've needed a lot of my own head. Now this door actually leads us through the cactus farm, which I'll show you a little bit better in a second here, back to the break room and cafeteria area. So if you were wondering what this door leads to, that's what that door leads to. And if we come in here, there is a little suite, maybe like a manager suite. This guy gets his own office for whatever reason. Lovely. And then there's a little wrap around the iron farm here. That's the office, floor 1. We've got 3 floors in the office here. Got another little seating area over here. I try not to waste any space if I can help it. Offices floor 2. More of my head, more desks, more water cooler. Very nice. And there's a conference room in here. I use this painting as if it was like, you know, a screen that everybody was looking at in the conference room. And let's go ahead and come up here to offices floor 3, where we've got a bathroom. Lovely little bathroom. And offices floor 3 has more desks and monitors and all that kind of stuff. And here is the iron farm. Here we've got our lovely CEO running the show, our CEO, and then our interns here helping out with the iron farm, doing their job, probably not paid for. And there's the iron golem. Something I missed was down here right before you go up to the offices. You can see again into the sugarcane farm here, but we can also come over here again, wrapping around the iron farm here. We've got pressure plates here. A lot of this had to be spawn proofed and built in a certain way so the iron golems don't spawn. And we've got a little balcony overlooking the workshop down there, which I think is pretty cool. And there's a ladder to get up here as well. I don't know if if you notice there's a ladder right here, but there's a ladder that you can also use if I don't suck. It's up in the air if I'll ever make this. There we go. Okay, we're back up. But let's go ahead and jump out of the office there. And you can see, we get a good look at the cactus building up on top here. Now this building has a lot of really cool detail on the outside. I really like this big fan out here and these kind of like smokestack kind of things built into the side. Now this building is based off a 3D render that I found online, which will pop up on screen. I think I did a pretty good job of recreating it here in Minecraft. With a little bit of extra detail added for myself. let's come down here to this little area here. This is kind of like a nice relaxing break area. Let's go through this door. We've already seen this. This is the welcome area. So anyone that comes here can walk up these stairs and walk up here to this lovely little nice tranquil area that they can sit down and read a book or just hang out. Now this leads here to the main redstone storage area in the factory. This is the bulk storage. So we've seen this already in a previous video. But if we come across here, we can hop into the cactus farm building. Now I tried to make this also look like it was some sort of big machine by like attaching pipes and wires and stuff like that to it. There's a whole bunch of like walkways built around this thing. That was like the best I could do to like make this walkable. Is there's a whole bunch of ladders that lead up to these walkways. We can go even higher here. We can go up this ladder to the highest walkway, which you can kind of see the top of the cactus farm here up into the ceiling. And then you can walk all the way around to another exit over here, which is the Guardian Farm access. So there's lots of little details in here that you can kind of look at. Then we have this little like sky walkway. It's up here, way at the top, right there, to get into the Guardian Farm. And the main reason I put this here was so I would be able to fly and easily access the Guardian Farm. Like I wouldn't have to go up a bunch of stairs or elevators and stuff. If I wanted to come out of like my other rigs or my starter base or anywhere else, I could just fly and immediately land here to get to my Guardian Farm, which we again have already seen. And yeah, it's pretty great. And we can come back in here and fly down here and take another good look at this entire thing in its full glory. I really, really, really love the way this turned out. I really love how all of the different styles of building came together. I really think they all go together really nicely. I just think everything just blends together really well. There's a million little details in this entire thing that I haven't even like showed you. I have a ton of details all throughout this that just really bring it to life. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening here. Every little square inch has something going on and some bit of detail added to it. Even up here, didn't show you, I added some storage up here as well. There's another little walkway down one of these stairways over here. Easily accessible to walk between buildings and walk between different areas and to get anywhere you need to go on the rig pretty quickly and pretty easily. And this rig really, I mean, it doesn't have every single thing needed directly in it to make all of the redstone components happen for the shop, but it does have most things. And anything that doesn't have like the actual redstone dust itself, I can get from the raid farm and bring it over. I think it just really, really works as a factory, as a redstone and prismarine factory. It really came together. I think it just looks really cool. The way it works is really cool. The way everything connects is really cool. Traveling around here, just walking around, it's really fun. I really hope I can start to invite people over to like just explore and just get lost in here, because I feel like I know everything. I know how to get to every spot. I know it like the back of my hand, but I feel like anyone could just come here and just wander around for hours and just get lost. And I feel like it would be a lot of fun. And we're going to make that even more of a thing when we start to build up our other rigs, like the second rig over there. I'm really excited for you to see what we got in store for that rig over there as well, and to see them start to get connected up. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this this final episode of building out this first rig here. I'm excited to show you what's next in the process of getting all of this stuff out here on the ocean built and getting the empire that is Red Herring all built out here on the ocean. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I hope you will join me next time where we will continue work on the storage rig and getting that completed, just like we got this one completed today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you next time with more Titancraft. Bye, everyone.